Good afternoon, folks. This is Fred Campos, owner of DFW Website Designers. It is Thursday, May the 13th. This is episode number 189 of your 3 business tips at 3 o'clock in and around 3 minutes. Yesterday, we started a discussion about decisions. We talked about making a decision, make a decision to make a decision, and what you're going to do to gather. Just a quick review. We talked about identifying the decision, gathering data, and coming up with your alternatives. Today, we're going to continue on that, and we're going to talk about weighing the evidence, choosing an alternative, and then taking action. Decisions are one of the most important things that you will do as a small business owner, and they are so critical. Making the wrong decision can put you out of business. Making the wrong decision can require you to hire an employee, or you hire an employee that may turn out to be really bad. Making the wrong decision could determine whether or not you miss a product launch. There are so many things you have to do in making a decision. Now that you've chosen to make a decision and you've come up with the alternatives, the first thing you need to do is you need to give it a weight. We need to weigh out the evidence of what we figured out. Some people do this through a rubric. I'm going to apply this much weight for this piece, this piece, this piece. What is the scorecard that you use? What is the Ben Franklin plus minus? What is the system that you use to weigh out the evidence? The next thing you need to do, business tip number 2, is you got to make a decision. You got to choose one of the choices that you're trying to do. And this is very important, that you actually choose, because you don't want to sit on it too long. You don't want to get caught in having too many options and choosing not to do anything, because in doing so, that of course is not a decision-making process. And the third thing kind of segues right into that is you need to take action. There are times when you need to make a decision, make it fast, go through the process relatively quickly, especially as the business owner. The buck stops with you, right? Everything ultimately will come down to your decision, especially running a small business. But you need to take action, and you need to do it relatively quickly. Going through a rubric, having a system, having a process from which you decide things, figuring it out, weighing it out, spending time on it, and then making that decision can make the process really good and give you some clarity in what you need to do. The most important factor is that you go through this process and not make decisions hasty. Decision making is probably the most important thing, like we've said, that you can do in a small business. It's also very important in life, and how you choose to spend your money, who you choose to marry, how you choose to parenting. And it's one skill that we should be teaching our kids and giving them real life examples, and also having the ability to make bad decisions. The final thing, if you had to add another point, is you need to review your decisions often and score them and see how well it is. Not every decision you're going to make is going to be perfect. But again, in conclusion, we're going to weigh the evidence, we're going to choose an alternative, and we're going to take action. These, of course, are the things that I'm dealing with. I'm making some really hard decisions in my small business as I take it to the next level. And anything that I'm learning, I throw over the fence to you guys, because I want you to be awesome. Now go back to sleep.
I think you know what it's about. I know this isn't heaven, but I'm living in a cloud. I'm really trying to break